2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Bill Russell.
I love how Williams goes at the defense. A bulky guard who was crafty at drawing the foul on his way up.
It's his first trip to the line, and he makes the first. He's perfect from the line this time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Passed him up. Shot to stop the run. The shot, no good. And the Wizards now going the other way. Robertson outside. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
In the painted area, it's where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
Terry outside. Here's Mullen. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Suns shooting their first free throws of this.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor. Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Mullen. That one falls, so he hits both of them. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
And Williams, there we go. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Van Vliet. And they pick up 2.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Terry against Robertson. Outside Williams. The 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Robertson. Robertson's got 3 assists in the game. And that does it for the first quarter. Washington out in front. They're up by 9. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And taking a look at the Wizards' performance here, guys, what are your thoughts?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
So on the floor for Washington, they've got Robertson. Johnson is out there with Rollins. Then it's Williams. And it's Sigma, and at the 5, roaming the paint. To the middle, here's Robertson. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one, and Patrick Ewing. So you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think 2 guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the 2 guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. And it's Russell with that extra effort. Russell's got his first points of the game.
And this is the problem. The length the timing. Russell, one of the very best at corralling misses and turning them into points.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Weber, the pass to Robertson. Over Williams. Out to Marion. Three from Robertson. Good on the three-point shot. Robertson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
And it's Johnson penetrating. Lays it up off the glass.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. The Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
Here's Weber. Outside Williams. Pocket 6. Over Bowen. Offensive rebound. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
On the wing, Johnson. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
No hesitation to get it to the rim. He uses his height advantage to convert the easy.
The Suns shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Robertson. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
Johnson outside. Pass to Smith. The 9-foot shot. Got a hand on it. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Robertson passes to Gilmore, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Johnson. Rebound, Washington. Weber's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Robertson, and he converts the layup. Robertson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Wizards.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Timeout called, the Suns.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Poor rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
making a change here. Russell's checked in, and a switcher also for Washington. Johnson's checked in. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Johnson finds Russell. And here's Hamilton. He's guarded by Johnson. Hamilton against Johnson. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range, no good from Hamilton.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Johnson dishes to Weber. Over Russell. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Suns trail by 14. Johnson with it. 5 points in the game. And finished off by Williams.
What I really love about this kid is, Williams he's physical, he's explosive, and yes, he plays above the rim. He just brings that nastiness to the game.
Johnson surveying the floor. Shot from the wing. Phoenix grabs the miss. Russell's got his 4th rebound in this one. Loads it up for Williams. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Johnson against Johnson. Marion outside. Jacks up a 3, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Washington going into the break with a 10-point lead. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Washington had no problems getting going. Competing with a chip on their shoulders, they started things off with an 11-3 run. At the close of the first quarter, their lead was a healthy 9 points. In the second quarter, they faced a much tougher challenge, but they intensified their efforts and pulled further ahead, finishing 10 points up at the half. And taking a look at the Wizards, Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, the offense is depending on getting points in the paint, and they're getting those points. They're creating mismatches and being very aggressive when they get the work.
And Kenny, your take on Phoenix?
Well, they wouldn't have been in the biggest hole if they rebounded better. They've got out-hustled, down low, and it cost them some points. They'll be talking about that in the locker room for sure. They know they need to improve on the glass.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Oscar Robertson has been sensational.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Suns trail by 10. They've got Magic Johnson. Russell is out there with Williams. Then there's Richard Hamilton, and it's Bowen in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Hamilton, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Hamilton's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Suns. Johnson outside. Robertson outside. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver.
And Seattle, right? Let's get back in
and
both those
Seattle.
cities.
Exactly. For Washington, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Mullins checked in for Phoenix. The free throw drops for Robertson. Suns trail by 9. Outside, Russell. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. Over Robertson. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
They're on target from the start of the half. I mean, they're moving well. They're getting some good shots. That makes them 3 for 4 from the field since halftime.
Phoenix shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. And Washington making a change here. Rollins is checked in. And that one falls for Johnson. Washington leading now by 6. Robertson passes to Marion. Knocked away. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Some changes for Phoenix. Fred VanVleet comes in for Richard Hamilton. And it's Terry in for Magic Johnson. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Here's Terry. Rebounded by the Wizards.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backdoor. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
He can't get it to go. Good D by Weber.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks very much. Well, Steven Adams could be the league's most physical presence. All-star Jimmy Butler said that he is just so strong. Butler says he hit me with a screen, and I thought my life was hurt. Adams said his strength doesn't help with flopping. The refs are like, get up. Guys, he has a sense of humor about it, and maybe that's a counterbalance to his great physical gifts.
You're right, D.A. He is strong. Thanks for that report. Nice shot by Terry.
And you gotta like how Mullen looks for his open teammates, always trying to make guys better.
Washington calls timeout.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
You know, that's what coaches are paid to do, right? I mean, curious to see what they go with here.
Wizards leading by 4. Johnson outside. To the inside. The jump hook, and Oscar Robertson, the bucket on the assist by Johnson. Robertson's got 19 points.
Oh, man, challenging the defense inside with the pass. That's just good ball movement.
And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here. keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Terry against Robertson, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is.
A minute 50 left in the third quarter. That misses off the backboard. Rollins against Van Vliet. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And here's the fast break. Marion leading the way. Here's Robertson. Tries again. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
As hard a working player as you'll find. Robertson competes for everything out there, including the backboard.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
The free throw drops for Robertson. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Johnson surveying the floor. Johnson double team. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players.
So it's Washington now. Wizards leading by 9. Robertson outside. Here's Rollins. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Here's Bowen. And the Suns miss again. For Washington, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. And Sean Marion with the slam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Johnson outside. Here's Bowen. He's guarded by Johnson. And there's the pass to Johnson. Clock at 4. To stop the run. The rebound by Johnson. And even 3-on-3 break. This is to Robertson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Magic Johnson picks one up.
And just able to score in so many ways. Robertson puts the defense there in an impossible situation.
Washington shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. And Washington making a change here. Good on the second free throw. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Wizards lead by 12. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Washington, we've got Weber. Johnson is out there with Robertson. Then there's Marion, and it's Gilmore in at the 5 spot. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And how unique is Weber? A smooth shooting big man with some sick handles.
And so he hits both.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Hamilton outside. Passes it to Johnson. From 12 feet out. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Shooting for Phoenix, Magic Johnson. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for Johnson.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Washington calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Go down to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Scott Brooks' huddle. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
It tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his struggles tonight.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Wizards leading by 10. Marion outside. Weber against Russell. Weber kicks to Robertson. Back to Weber. And it's sent back by Russell.
Wow. Look at the extension Russell gets there. That comes from great positioning plus the quick jump with the wingspan.
And the Suns call time. Oscar Robertson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Now Hamilton. They double team Johnson. Down low. Here's Russell. Good on the shot, and that shaved the lead to single digits.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
To the middle. Deflects the pass. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
The line for your serve, Magic Johnson. At the line for two.
The first free throw is good.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
So Johnson hits two of them.
He's taking an aggressive approach since halftime, drawing fouls, getting to the line, forcing the D in the bad spots.
Hamilton against Johnson. And they call an illegal screen here.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor, not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he didn't.
Hamilton against Johnson. Johnson, the pass to Williams. And that one drops for him.
How about the confidence? It's just growing in this young man. Williams has that attitude of a go-to guy in these big moments, even though he's...
Oh, that was an impressive throw to that. Woo!
And that bucket should stop the bleeding.
Here's the Suns with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's Johnson, got a piece of it, and they'll keep possession. Washington leading now by 4. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Robertson. That shot off the mark. So Phoenix will take it the other way. Here's Bowen. Here's Hamilton. And he drops it in from the low post. Now just a 2-point Wizards lead.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
Yeah, they still got work to do. What a job they've done to get back into this one.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Phoenix. So far in the fourth quarter, they belong to 6 points. Robertson against Hamilton. Shot clock at 6. To tie it up. The shot, no good. Good D by Weber. Looking to get back on track here. Johnson with the block. And now here's Hamilton, the fast break chance. Over Johnson. Williams in the post. Working on Weber. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And you can tolerate gaps like that sometimes. But in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Mullins checked in for the Suns. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they could count on him to make crucial shots.
To the lead. Great N1 play showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Timeout called. The Suns, they trail by 5. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Present the New Balance Player of the Game, Oscar Robertson.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the Suns call time. They're down by 5. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And here are the Suns now, trailing by 5. Teardrop shot. It's good. What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
And throughout the history of our league, two athletes are truly unique enough to change the way the sport is played, and Magic falls into that category.
Shoot 2.
Drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Those are big. I mean, turns into a two-possession game.
Johnson kicks to Hamilton. Johnson with the block. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. Seconds left in the fourth. Mullen dishes to Johnson. There's the 3, but they get it back. And so it's the Wizards with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
Next weekend, keep that double rep momentum, but plan the rec. You'll have all day on Saturday and all day on Sunday, so make the most of it. To recap, here's our big board of upcoming events in the neighborhood. That's it for me. I'll see you at the 2K Beach.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
But traffic in New York City. Here are the starts. For Milwaukee. Hill out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Nash. Then it's Gilbert Arenas. And it's Drummond in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Brooklyn, Harris is out there with Irving. Then it's Zach LaVine. Then there's Brown. And it's Cowens in at center. Now here's Brown. Irving kicks to LaVine. And that one is good. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Now, here's Nash. Following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Nash, the pass to Drummond. Rebounded by the Nets.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Irving against Antetokounmpo. And the rejection by Giannis.
And the long reach of Antetokounmpo, I mean, stretches for days. And because of that, he's excellent at challenging shots. You know, currently they're just 1 of 5 from the field. That's not going to get it done.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Arenas. Outside Hill. They get the rebound. Drummond. And he banks in the layup.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dogged offensive rebound.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with Mike Budenholzer for a few minutes. We talked about his plan to try and take Tobias Harris out of the equation on offense. Coach told me Harris can attack you in so many ways on offense. The way to counteract that is to give him multiple looks on defense. So we'll rotate a handful of guys on him tonight. We'll see how that plays out. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks.
Superb initiative from Antetokounmpo. I mean, that may be something we overlook, but being able to take that initiative allows him to be a real menace when he's rolling to the rim after a pick.
Here's Collins. 5 to shoot. Irving for 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Passes it to Drummond. He's looking for Giannis and finds him. Milwaukee the rebound. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. We have got to see that sensational mobile 1 block again.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
So for the Nets, Yao checked in for Tobias Harris. McCollum comes in for Zach LaVine, and it's Jamal Murray in for Brown. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Pau Gasol was checked in for Andre Drummond. Barnes comes in for Hill. Green, he's checked in for Gilbert Arenas. And Murray subbed in for Steve Nash. Now here's Irving after the miss from Pau Gasol. Yep, that one goes.
Picture perfect with the turnaround. There's no stopping that shot.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Milwaukee. Trailing by 2. Pau Gasol. Tipped away and stolen by Murray. Goes up, and it's Murray with the chance.
How about the commitment, guys, from Murray on defense? Moving his arms all around and coming up with steals as a result. Active arms and hands, a big part of it.
That's to Giannis.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Hands it from downtown.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. It's good.
Boy, for such a young player, the razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular.
Nets leading by 4. Outside Irving. Count it. Irving's got 6.
There are guys in this league with good body control. And then there's the doctor. He's at another level. Wow.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. No good on that one.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. It's the Nets up by... What's it like to play against Giannis Antetokounmpo?
He's 7 foot and is fast.
Giannis, Greg, leaving fans and players like Zach LaVine in awe.
I mean, 6 career MVPs is the league record held by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Could Giannis possibly challenge that?
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jump.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. They've got Harrison Barnes, Antetokounmpo out there with Pau Gasol. Then it's Green, and it's Murray in at the 1 spot. Hill, he's checked in for Green. Giannis kicks to Barnes. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. Here's Murray. Here's Gasol. Yao with the block.
And you have to appreciate the reach of Mig. Superb at putting himself in a good position there to block the shot.
And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Murray's got his first basket.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Outside Irving. Down it goes. That's 4 made from the field. He's 4 of 8.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Murray dishes to Barnes. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And Antetokounmpo is just a blur. I mean, I don't know how a 7-foot guy with that wingspan and all legs and arms can be a blur, but man, he's like a lightning bolt when he gets room to roll to the basket.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. So both teams changing it up here. Now the passion in New York is a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence. And I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it, just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Now here's Arenas. He's still scoreless so far in this one, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. So Arenas will go to the line here. That one on Harris. The Bucks have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And that one falls for Arenas.
Arenas, boy, I tell you, is one of the most confident and explosive scorers in the game. A shoot-first point guard who will let it fly at any time and do real damage with the ball in his hands.
Now here is Harris. It's stolen by Hill. Now here's Hill, the fast break opportunity. Count that one. And now just a 5-point Nets lead.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Here's McCollum. No good. Some solid defense here from Arenas. Here's Nash. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Shot from free throw range. Here's Hill. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
Here's Brown. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. 1:31 left now here in the second. Back to Drummond, and the call will be against Harris. That'll be his second foul of the game. Nets on defense. They've led by as much as 10. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And I like the timing that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
Harris trying to get free. Brown, good.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Now here's Arenas. Nash outside. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Here's Nash. After the basket by Brooklyn. To the left wing. Gasol finds Drummond. Hill against Levine, and a wide open look for Arenas. Misses the 3. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The Nets have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
You know, you look at Levine's game, and we all know he can score the ball, but he rebounds it well and passes better than average. This guy is really an outstanding all-around player.
better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
From deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And we finished one half of basketball. Nets lead by 6. And now let's catch up.
Kevin, thanks. Zach, strong first half for the team.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk. And you look at Zach LaVine. Dynamic athlete, highly skilled. Shaq, what does he need to work on to be mentioned with the top guards in the game?
I would say scoring consistency and then making more plays for others, making other people.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Bucks trail by 6. They've got Zach LaVine. Irving is out there with Harris. Then there's Brown, and it's Cowens in at the 5. So that's the Nets 5. Arenas, good.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
To the inside, here's LaVine, and LaVine with the slam.
Well, we know LaVine has the hops. That time showing off the creativity.
Outside, Antetokounmpo, Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Outside, LaVine. Hill against Irving. Over Hill. No good off the front iron.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Irving. Over Hill. Irving can't hit.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Arenas can't hit.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
LaVine, good.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
The pass to Drummond. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Arenas against LaVine. 5 on the clock, and they're able to recover.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
Great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. You think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, but I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
And really, Antetokounmpo never stops attacking. I mean, he's always in attack mode. He really forces the defense's hand. He keeps pressure on him at all times.
Yao, he's checked in for Brooklyn. McCollum comes in for Brown. And here's McCollum for 3. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Hill. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Brooklyn leading by 7. right around 3 minutes into the second half. It's stolen by Hill. Pass break, Milwaukee. Pass to Arenas. Gasol with it. He's looking for Giannis and finds him. He makes the Johnny from the left block. Antetokounmpo's got 10.
And what about the way Gasol sees the floor? So gifted at whipping the ball all over to the open man.
Nash against McCollum. They double team McCollum. Goes back up, Irving. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter. Timeout called, the Bucks.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
.116 left here in the third quarter. Gasol finds Antetokounmpo. Arenas passes to Antetokounmpo. Nash against Murray. Fires at the elbow. And finished off by Gasol.
You know, Nash is an excellent distributor, a phenomenal floor general, great at recognizing when his guys are open.
To the paint, here's Yao. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Nets lead by 7.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And the basket by Arenas.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Hill against Irving. And the slam dunk by Irving.
Yeah, he's so quick in the air. Then the spike down on the finish. Dr. J does it as few can.
Nash kicks to Antetokounmpo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Milwaukee shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
You know, really, when you look at Antetokounmpo, he's got it all. I mean, he can score it, rebound it, he passes it pretty well, defends with intensity, and he's really versatile and going to continue to get better because of his work ethic.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Inside, Irving. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Grant Hill picks one up.
And, guys, it's crazy. He really was a late bloomer. You know, Irving didn't have the big-time amateur career you hear about with some stars. But, boy, he's more than made up for it.
And so Irving nails both of them. 6 seconds left to play here in the third. From deep three-point range, and no good in the last second attempt this time.
And that's how Levine's coaches want him to compete. He's maintaining good defensive position, and as a result, forces a tough shot.
And offensively, and this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Nets leading by 7. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. They've got Drummond. Pau Gasol is out there with Hill. Then it's Gilbert Arenas. And it's Nash in at the 1. Pass to Drummond. Pass to Arenas. Back to Drummond. Yao with the block. There's the pass to Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Irving's got the lead up to 11 now for the Nets. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Nets?
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well. Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. One shot.
Free throw, no good for Arenas. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Brown outside. Here's Irving. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Bucks trail by 9. Hill with it. Picked up by Brown. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And you look at the size and athleticism. Once Drummond gets the ball in there, it's game over.
Shooting 2.
Free throw, good. Drummond. And he can't hit the second. Brooklyn leading by 8. Bombs it up for Levine, and the jam by Levine.
Can you believe it? I mean, not many guards can sail that high above the rim. He makes it look easy.
Timeout called, the Bucks. You look at Julius Irving. What a contribution.
You know, that defense is helpless right now. I mean, he's got their number, and he knows it.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Mike Budenholzer had some advice for the team during the timeout. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back, guys.
You know, this is what Nash loves doing. An amazing passer. He has eyes in the back of his head, I think.
Timeout called, the Nets. Kicks to Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Ming, boy, I tell you, this guy is so big. He's a dominant force who also has a touch that belies his size. This guy is a real force at both ends.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Arenas with it. Lets it go from the wing. It's hauled in by Harris.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Brown, good.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
And it's Drummond missing. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Nets. Here's Brown. Harris trying to get free, and it's Brown missing. Bucks trail by 13. Here's Arenas, and it's Arenas with the jam.
There's not much that Hill does not do well. He does a bunch of good things, including spotting the open man and getting the ball to him right away.
Irving against Hill. Irving can't get it to go. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter.
Hey, and you know, really, Antetokounmpo can look to score every time, and sometimes that's necessary, but he's also good at recognizing when one of his teammates has a clean look.
Hill against Irving. And he finishes nicely on the way. Irving's got 21.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Giannis against Yao. Hill has the open look. Tries again. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
A tenacious rebounder. Drummond's brute strength and long arms come in handy on the glass.
And the Nets making a change here. And that one misses. Nets leading by 7. And here's Levine. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
This is the do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty, and it's over.
Brown feeling out of it. Passes it to Cowan. And he gets the bucket.
And Cowan is a physical player. He seems to welcome any challenge the D throws at him. Remarkable at scoring, even while getting knocked around.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're trailing by 9. 35 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Zach LaVine.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. For 3, Murray. They get it back. Drummond, good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And, you know, Drummond has no problem playing through contact. He excels at using that strong body of his to fight through contact and finish.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
At the line for your Nets, Dave Allen. At the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8.
And how about that skill set that Cowens possesses? Shoots a high clip from the field and rebounds the ball well at either big man position.
Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game.
Unflappable. This guy relishes being the man to put the game away.
And Drummond kicks to Barnes. But they'll get another chance. And the wide open shot from Green. That falls. Nice speed that time from Turner.
And Green is a world-class sniper. Laser. Excellent shooter. Great at getting his puppy set on these shots from deep.
At the line for your Nets, C.J. McCollum. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
McCollum's carved out an impressive NBA career for himself, and I think he's still ascending. He was the 10th pick in the 2013 NBA draft. He's still got plenty of upside.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're trailing by 8. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
And here's Green outside. The putback.
And how about Drummond's ability to stay calm under pressure? That will always make your coaches happy.
to a new episode of NBA 2K TV.
We have a fun show for you this time.
Let's get started with some 2K TV Interactive, and let's earn some free VC.
And this week, all questions are brought to you.
And coming to you today from Portland, Oregon, on the banks of the beautiful Willamette River. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Kevin, thank you very much. We know Rudy.
Thanks, David. That's David Aldridge, our NBA Hall of Famer. Well, the outcome tonight, Greg, could come down to the big men up front.
You know, versatility will be key. The front court that can be physical but also pass it, stretch the floor, will likely be the victor.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Malone is out there with Rudy Gobert. Then there's Drexler. Then there's West. And it's Pippen in at the 2 spot. And for Portland, Mutombo is out there with Mourning. Then it's Wall. Then it's Porter. And it's George in at the shooting guard. Now here's Porter. Pocket 6. And a miss there on the triple. West with a wide open look, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
I mean, that's what I'd call the prototype. When you talk about catching and shooting, West squares those shoulders, elbow in perfect alignment. Money.
Wall, no luck. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Here's Pippen, and Mourning sends it back.
And that's his signature. Mourning, a fantastic defender. Phenomenal at using those long arms to reject shots. Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Drexler with it. Now guarded by Porter. Drexler against Porter. Drexler, no good. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And a wide open look for Porter. Offline with his 3. Here's San Antonio. The 15-footer. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Because he's someone that you lean on at the offensive end. Establish him early.
Now here's Mutombo. That's tipped. Low block shot, and that one's good by Porter. Porter's got his second basket.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
West outside. And it's sent back by Mutombo. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Nobody near George. And Porter putting it right back in.
Yeah, just phenomenal at using that vertical on the offensive boards. Porter just gifted at coming up with second and third chance opportunities.
Now here's Drexler. And it's Portland with the rebound. Porter's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Bank shot, no good. And so it's West with it. He brings it up for San Antonio. Trailing by 2. Here's Wall. And finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
A different look now for Portland. Jordan, he's checked in for Mutombo. Irving comes in for George. And Thomas subbed in for John Wall. Then for the Spurs, Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Jones comes in for Drexler. And it's Moncrief in for Scottie Pippen. No good from West.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Thomas kicks to Irving. West against Thomas. And the layup's good off the glass.
And though Thomas is great from the perimeter, he has a toughness and a willingness to go in amongst the trees and kind of mix it up.
Now here's Jones. Pass to Reed. down low. Here's Moncrief, and they get it. No good there. Some solid defense there from Irving. Here's Thomas, and the jam by Isaiah Thomas.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Now here's Moncrief. No points in the game yet for him.
Yeah, and Malone excels at putting himself in a great position, really on both ends. Just a dynamite rebounder and interior scorer.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw drops for Malone. And both free throws good for Malone.
When your bigs can make free throws, it's a huge advantage. Love his approach to getting to the line.
Irving passes to Thomas. A slam dunk by Thomas.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
Pass to Moncrief. Now the pass to Malone. Over Mourning. That shot misses. And it's Portland the other way.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
West outside. To the inside. Malone. And Mourning sends it back. Irving with a clean. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to spare, he guts this one out.
Coach. And so it's Portland enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their transition game has been in full effect. And we'll be right back after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And looking at what we've seen, Trailblazers pretty much in control here.
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Spurs. West is out there with Moncrief. Then it's Reed. Then there's Moses Malone. And it's Jones in at the 3 spot. Mourning's shot is good.
And Mourning's just a beast on the glass, using that muscular frame to get into prime position there on the board.
To the paint. Here's Moncrief. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
A different look now for Portland. Tumbo is checked in for Jordan. And John Wall subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Then for the Spurs, Gobert, he's checked in for Malone. Drexler comes in for Jones. Scottie Pippen is subbed in for West. Here's Irving. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Knocks it loose. George with the ball. And Drexler picking him up. Here's the teardrop. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. that wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Ball taking his time here. The shot off that time. Some solid defense from Moncrief. Pippen dishes to Moncrief. Great D that time from Irving.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And it's George missing.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
Here's Moncrief, and Mourning sends it back. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's George. It's tipped. Quarter two, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Drexler. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And it's about the want to. That's what Reed gives you. He can be the heart, the soul, and the backbone of your team.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Malone's checked in for Reed. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Wall's shot is off.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
And it's sent back by Mutombo. Wall against Moncrief. And Wall gets it to go in on the assist by George.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Passes to Drexler. Lonzo Mourning grabs the miss. Mourning's got 5 rebounds tonight. And George kicks to Irving. That one drops for him. Irving's got 8 points.
I mean, Kyrie, too pure of a shooter to let him catch and shoot with that much space.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Malone. And Mourning sends it back. On its way from Irving for 2. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question. Toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Porter's checked in for the Trailblazers. Thomas comes in for John Wall. San Antonio also making some changes. Jones comes in for Pippen, and West subs in for Moncrief. Drexler up top. He's guarded by Thomas. Just 5 on the clock. Lets a floater go.
And the ferocity on display defensively here from Mutombo. Just an incredible shot block. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Porter against Drexler. West outside to end the run. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Dikembe Mutombo.
And you look at all the things this man brings to the game. The focus, the resolve, a winner's mindset. I mean, there's a reason why they call him the logo.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Mutombo. Trailblazers leading by 18. Irving surveying the floor. And now let's revisit that exceptional Mobile One block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
15 seconds left in the first half. Irving from long range. San Antonio with the rebound. Here's Jones, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
You can't get that one to fall. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's the Trailblazers up by 16. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. What a start for Michael Porter. He had 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Really an incredible game from Michael Porter.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Porter is out there with Mourning. Then it's Paul George, and it's Mutombo, and it's Wall in at the point. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Here's West. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
The Spurs have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Spurs trail by 13. Pass to West. Here's Pippen. Back to West. The pass to Drexler. Over Porter. Drexler's shot is off.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have been better passing that off.
And that one's good by Porter.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
West against Wall. It's stolen by Mutombo. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Porter's running. Ball's knocked loose. West against Wall. Here's Mutombo. Another shot, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against San Antonio.
And Mutombo, a defensive force, a long, intelligent player who plays well on both ends of the floor.
That free throw, no good. A different look now for Portland. DeAndre Jordan comes in for Mourning. And Thomas subbed in for Michael Porter. San Antonio also making some changes. Reed is checked in for Gobert. And it's Moncrief in for Clyde Drexler. Now here is Moncrief. Here's West. Makes it off the glass. West has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. The feed to Malone. And it's sent back by Mutombo.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it's denied. And throw the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. And Portland making a change here. Irving's checked in. And San Antonio also making a switch. Jones is checked in. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Basket good.
Talk about making halftime adjustments. You love what they're doing with him now offensively.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Mutombo passes to George. 2 points. That one goes. George has got 6 points.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
West against Thomas. West, that's good.
A much different player here in the second half. He's taken advantage of what the defense allows.
to the middle, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
That's what DeAndre is out there to do. Dropping the hammer is his specialty.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
Moncrief against Irving. Reed tipped back in for two.
Timeout.
Reed's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well, Seth, those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. .103 left in the third quarter of the game. Thomas deciding where to go with it. On the wing, Irving. Here's Mutombo. Malone with the block.
How about the quicks there by Malone to get up and deter that shot, utilizing that size and reach for the rejection. Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
That one misses. Spurs trail by 13. Shot's good from West. West has got 11 points here in just the second half.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
16 feet away. Irving, good. Irving's got 12.
What's nice about this in-between area for Kyrie, compared to going to the rim, he has a little more room to get his shot off.
Mutombo against Malone. 6 on the shot clock. Here's West. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Thomas. Over West. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Trailblazers leading by 13 on the court right now for the Spurs. They've got Drexler. West is out there with Jones. Then it's Malone, and it's Gobert in at the 5 spot.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well versed in finishing above the rim.
West dishes to Drexler. Jones from outside. Hits it from three-point range.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Irving for 3, drills it from outside.
Man, it is tough holding down Kyrie. Smooth release on that shot.
Clyde Drexler on the wing, defended by George. Malone trying to break free. Drexler, that's good.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Here's Irving. That ball's nice speed that time from George. Irving's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. So for the Trailblazers, Morning's checked in for Mutombo, and John Wall subbed in for Irving. Spurs also with the sub. Pippen's checked in for Jones. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his teams. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Here's Wall. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The competitive firewall plays with is admirable. Fantastic at just figuring out ways to attract contact.
First one falls for him. And so John Wall nails both of them.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
It's West with the drive. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Here's George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Moses Malone.
Strong take by Paul. He plays with great decisiveness.
So he gets them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
West against Wall. West outside. Passes it to Pippen. A three-pointer, no good.
Uncontested look. Can't fault the shot selection. He's money from there.
West against Wall. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And DeAndre is one of the best in the business in that situation. You let him sneak in behind you, and you're going to pay.
Drexler kicks to Pippen. Six to shoot. Stolen by George. And Wall gets it to go in on the assist by Porter. Wall's got 4 this quarter.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
Here's Drexler. It's not going to go for him. Nice D from Porter. George passes to Mourning. Now Porter. And finished off by Porter.
And how about the read from John Wall? He knows the angles, sees the opportunity, and makes the right feed.
West outside. They need this. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. A different look now for Portland. Danny Granger is checked in for Mourning. Contavious Caldwell Pope comes in for Michael Porter. And Thomas subbed in for John Wall. Pass to Jones. Stolen by George.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for Portland.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Paul George.
Woo, he put on a clinic tonight. Terrific vision, sees the whole floor, and he hits guys in their spots with pinpoint dimes.
From deep, George buries the long-range jumper.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
Right side, Thomas. Granger. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans were fantastic. It was a true home court advantage.
Out to Moncrief. Pass to Payton. Moncrief, El Cid with it. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big...